Everyone, my name is Pilot Build Cities, but you can call me Pilot, and welcome back to Jetzburg in our town of Prospero. Really enjoyed the last episode. We did a lot of industrial expansion and really created a lot more jobs for our citizens, and the city is really starting to come together quite well, so I'm really pleased with how it's looking so far. We got a lot of stuff on the list for today. We're going to dive into some traffic fixing and look at some updates to the traffic mod. And then later on, we'll dive into the road builder mod and we'll get going with that. Really excited to kind of build out sort of like a great street, which we did do in Properton, but you know, with the road builder mod now, I think this really gives us a good opportunity to kind of do more of what I wanted to do with that. So we'll look into that as well, and we'll also be getting some mass transit. So lots on the list. Let's get started. So these intersections here continue to be a problem area. So I was looking at some options. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to grab a medium road. We're going to grab the one with the 4-lane road divided, and we're going to turn off that snapping, which is zoning cell length, and we're going to kind of place this road almost right in the middle if we can. I think right about let's go right about there is going to work well. And then I think also what we'll do is we're going to grab the small asymmetric road and we're going to place that here. And then what I also want to do is actually just sever this road connection here, because it's just causing a lot of traffic backup, and we don't need that in our lives right now. So we're going to asymmetric that side as well. But here I don't want to have any traffic lights, so we're going to come in, we're going to turn those off. And then, as you can see, we kind of already have dedicated lanes here, but there's no priority. So one thing that's new in the traffic mod now is we have the lane connector tool, which is great. So we can kind of take a look at that. We'll remove the U-turns and unsafe. And right now, this lane goes this way. But yeah, they kind of just don't really know what to do with each other here. I think none of them are really marked with yield signs at the moment. So yeah, it kind of just gets a little clogged up. So we can go into the priorities tool, and if you select an intersection, you can go lane group or by lane. So I believe when we grab this lane here, we can tell it should yield. And this lane here, we're actually going to give it priority, and this should allow these vehicles to keep going, and these ones should give way as they are coming. So yeah, that should really help what we're doing. And then over here, I think kind of same thing. We're probably going to have this lane here yield. We'll have it yield there. And this side should already be yielding as well, but we'll just make sure, yeah, it's yield. And I think too, maybe even over here, we'll probably have this lane, it is yielding. So at least we now kind of know some of our priorities, and that should hopefully help the traffic flow a little bit better. Later on, I do want to add some public transit, so what we're going to look at is probably some of the road builder mods. So if we come into here, I have been kind of playing around with some roads here, so we're actually going to use this custom road that I've built, and it has just a bus lane on the one side, and it kind of is a bit of a smaller footprint, so we're going to lose a house and a business here, but yeah, we're going to upgrade this one as well, and we'll have that saved for future. And then I'm going to turn the traffic lights off there, and I think that should be the only ones that were on this street. And yeah, that should hopefully help things flow a little bit better. I had thought about doing a roundabout here, but yeah, I think we're just going to take those traffic lights off. That's probably what I was thinking of. So we'll see, and that should hopefully help these things kind of settle down. And again, it's supposed to be yielding. I don't know if it always works, but yeah, this should at least give us a few more lane options and kind of help things back up a little less. You know, even this road connection sometimes is debatable if I'm gonna allow that to stay, but yeah, I think that should help with things flowing so far. So for our expansion, while we do have some money, we are making 18,000 an hour. If we come into our budget, we are in a surplus about 451,000 a month, which is pretty good. We are importing some power, so we're going to be paying for that, which I think is costing us probably a little more than you would want at the moment. Yeah, our import cost is 100,000 a month. So yeah, if we definitely want to look at maybe producing some more power ourselves, because it'll save us a lot of money, you know, in the long run. Looking at our power options though, we do have the small coal power plant, but it is quite high in pollution. So I'm not entirely sure that's an option we want to go with. I would like to keep some of the power green, but yeah, we may not have a choice, and we can't export any of the surplus. So I think we're going to bite the bullet and see if we can sort of just place it in this area that we've kind of left here. If not, we'll find a different home for it. This is kind of... Well, we could actually almost even just take out this road here, and we could place it in this area, just right about there, because looking at our wind direction, it does flow away. Ground pollution, yeah, nothing's really close by, and noise, again, not really close to any of the residential, so that should hopefully give us a little bit of a leg up. And then we'll grab our power line here, and we'll take that underground, and we'll connect it into our transformer here, and then all this power should flow out of the city. And looks like, yeah, we're even exporting a little bit, and that should hopefully reverse our trend there. If we come back into our electricity, we'll just see as our import costs maybe go down, we should hopefully also see it turn maybe into some export, which is great. And yeah, we'll keep an eye on this one, see if that electricity budget balances. But while we also have some money still, I do want to get a few more tiles. So the first one, jumped away. First one that we unlock right down here, this one will be free, there's no upkeep, so we'll grab that one. And then I think I want these two as well. And yeah, they'll add 75,000 a month in upkeep, but we should be able to afford that. So we'll purchase those. It does leave us with not a lot of money at the moment, but yeah, hopefully as we make more, that'll allow us to keep expanding how we want. While we're here too, I would like to add some upgrades to this, but yeah, we just don't quite have the money. So once we get some more money in again, we'll grab some hazardous waste collection points to get some more processing power going. If you look at our garbage, yeah, it is kind of filling up quite fast, and we just don't have any processing capacity at the moment to really purchase anything else. The incineration plant's $1 million, the recycling center's 880,000. So all these things are really expensive to process, and if we go with the outside connections, well, it just costs way too much money. So yeah, we'll probably be playing in a bit of a higher speed in the game while we do that, just to kind of help bring in some money. All right, so I'm gonna adjust Prospero's boundary a little bit. So we'll add a node there, and then I think we'll just extend that all the way there. Yeah, we'll have it maybe take in this whole area. So once we kind of have these squares filled in, I think that'll kind of finish off this town for us. But yeah, what I wanted to do is kind of dive in with the road builder mod. Now I have a road kind of already built, but yeah, we'll take a look at it. And it's the custom 4-lane divided road here. And so let's just hook it into this street here, and we'll take that almost basically straight out right to the end down there. But yeah, if we come into the road builder mod here, we can click on this road and edit it. I think there's some changes I would like to make. Currently it's got a bus lanes on the outside because we're going to have some rapid transit here. We have turned off parking. It was a City Planner Plays that spotted that. This way the buses won't have to pull in and out. They'll just be able to stop and pick up passengers, which will help them move faster and not clog up the roads too much. So there'll be kind of less bunching, and yeah, it should be a little bit more operationally efficient. I'm gonna take this center median, and I just wanted to see, I haven't tested this, but I would like to place little sidewalks on the side as well, just to kind of see. And it is kind of getting a little funky node wise, but I just want to know, can we get the sidewalk? No, I wanted to get ones that were flat, so that's not going to work, so we'll delete those. Yeah, just down the middle, what we're going to do is we're going to add grass, and I think we'll add trees as well. And yeah, I was hoping to have some walking capability in the middle, but I don't think that's going to work. But I have given us some wider sidewalks as well, which is great. If we kind of come in again, they're both 5 meters. We can shrink them down a little bit, but I thought, yeah, with the wider sidewalks, it does give more space for people to walk, especially because we're going to have the bus stops. And yeah, we have removed the parking, so we could probably even do some grass and trees on the edges as well, and really just kind of make this street, you know, try and like look really nice, like a big boulevard almost. And yeah, what we'll do is we'll kind of build around it, and we'll probably put some commercial down the sides and residential in behind as we try and bring in more citizens to recover some of our money. So what I would like to do as well is maybe just grid out a little bit here. So we're gonna start down on this end, and we'll go out to 120, and we'll just see how far down we can sort of go to a reasonable distance. And I think probably we don't want to get too close to the intersection there, so I think backing it up right to about there should work well. And if we kind of do the same thing on this side too, I can turn off my snapping to guidelines there so I can get the right number. Yeah, we'll hook into this side as well. And the one thing I have noticed is, even though I said this road can have zoning, it's not currently generating zoning, so we will have to plop a little bit, but that's okay. I think that will work for what we want to do. So I just want to test too, if we put down, I don't have it unlocked because we don't have a bus depot. Okay, just want to see if the grass stays where we put stops or if it goes away. It's just a minor little detail, but yeah, if we come into our buildings here, we'll look at some of the commercial ones that we want to place. So I think we'll go with North American, and we'll go low density. I don't want to have any gas stations, but I was kind of looking for any buildings that kind of just have like a nice overhang, but also don't have, that's still gas stations. Let's go building level 1. That'll just filter everything out a little bit. But I'm kind of looking for buildings that have like a nice big overhang in front of them. So I'm thinking it's probably going to be more in some of the higher level ones. Something like this, I think, might be one option. I don't, maybe there are EU ones too. Let me just take a look in here as well. Let's see, commercial low. That has the parking in front of it. Oh, it's snowing, and it's not really supposed to snow on this map, but yeah, I think even something like that will work. I'm just going to pause a second, and we're gonna disable the snow because yeah, we're not gonna play with snow in this map right now. Just give me 1 sec. All right, so we've done our override. That looks a lot better, but yeah. So I wanted some of these commercial buildings with just some overhang, because I think if we kind of just come into the camera mod here, again, it kind of just wants to give a bit of an idea that the street and the sidewalk are kind of like integrated. Like I was thinking even what we might do is delete some of the surfaces and try and just sort of integrate this whole area as like part of the sidewalk. We could even put some paths. I did not know a vehicle would come out of that. But yeah, that's kind of the goal for this area. So yeah, we'll kind of see what other buildings we have. This one, yeah, I don't want anything with parking in the front. Even this one would be a really great sort of corner asset if we could maybe even just place it on the road like this instead. Now the entrance is going to be over here, but yeah, again, we can sort of use the better bulldozer and surfaces, and we can sort of adjust this into the way we want. There's some parking back here. We could bulldoze that off, or at least maybe create a little bit of alley of parking in behind instead, because the idea of the Great Street is we want it to be a place for everyone. So everyone with all mobility abilities and all modes of transit, whether you're walking or driving. If there was bikes, we would want that as well, or taking public transit. We want this whole area to be accessible by anyone. So that's really kind of the goal with what we're going to be building here today. So one of the things we want to include in our Great Street as well is we want some park space. Now we are trying to save up some money, and I think before I forget, oh, it's 150,000. Okay, well, we're not quite there yet, but we have been kind of burning through some of our demands. So let's just let's get the bus depot. We'll get it placed. We'll lose all our money, but I think it'll just be good to have it, and then we'll just turn it off while we have it there until we're kind of ready to use it. But let's just see if I can turn off snapping. Can I get it to fit right next to this whole power plant? And the answer is probably going to be not a resounding no. I think we'll find a place for it. Even in this area, to be honest, we could add the bus depot. Yeah. I just don't know if I want it right off this road, but I think this is probably going to be the best area for it. So we'll include it there. And yeah, maybe we'll just kind of play with the surfaces a little bit here, just so that this is kind of more connected to the road. So just drag that down like so, and there as well, out to there. And I think even we'll just maybe just add a node there, and we'll fill in this little bit of cement as well. It's the beauty of some of these mods. And then yeah, we'll just turn this off for the time being. So it's only going to cost us $3,100 a month while it's turned off, but at least we won't run out of money. So also they will want some mail services eventually, but yeah, we'll come back into our parks. So let's see what we have. We want to unlock actually large parks. Let's go into our settings here. We'll unlock large parks for 2 development points there. And if we can afford it, yes, the hedge park. I love this park. So I think we can place it right there. It looks like that should roughly go in the middle, or are we gonna, yeah, we're not gonna quite be able to get it into the middle, but we can place it there. And yeah, this will be a good one to sort of build around, especially I like to detail. I'm not a heavy detailer, so having these parks as an option now, it was really great to have Class Order to include these, you know, for the detailers, but also maybe myself who just don't want to quite sit and detail for all day, basically. But yeah, we'll get rid of those paths real quick. I just wanted to maybe just put this more in the middle, so we'll get those hooked in again now, and that they're kind of placed better, and it's a little, looks like it's a little bit more in the middle anyway, so that that works for me. Let's just delete that tree there. And then on the other side again, so we want to think, what can we have for everyone? I think in the large parks as well, we'll definitely look at doing the large playground. Let's have that on this side. And then we don't have much money left to include anything else, so maybe even just the dog park, because, you know, everyone loves the dog park, so we'll have that there. And then that'll probably do it for now until we get some more money. But yeah, I did place a few more commercial buildings along here. We could definitely use some offices, I think, still. So maybe if we come back into our menu here, we can kind of take a look at our buildings, offices. I don't think they have a specific style. I think they're just everything, but we'll go for the low density offices anyways. And let's just see what we have available to us. I think anything kind of smaller is going to be a bit better because it will have less parking on it, or we can make the adjustments to parking a bit easier. And it looks like placing some office is kind of bringing back some of our commercial demand. So again, we can sort of grab some North American low density ones. Let's maybe go with a 2x3. It has some parking on it. Of course, the North American ones are going to be loaded with parking, but yeah, we can do a nice 2x4 in there as well. And I think, yeah, that'll really work. So if we kind of come down into the camera view again and just our street view, you can kind of see, again, it's really starting to form just that bit of low density. And ooh, I love how this looks with the clouds. The street. But yeah, what we'll probably do in the detailing time lapse is we'll come through, we'll probably move a lot of the surfaces. We'll kind of, you know, create some nice slide block spaces as well. We'll put down some tables, maybe some parasols, some coverage for everyone. You can detail the park. But in behind, I want to do some more residential. So I think, again, we're going to go a bit higher. And I wanted to see, so this road is the furthest back. So, or sorry, this building is the largest. So I think if we put an alleyway through to there, like so, we can kind of hook our parking in behind there, and then also probably have our residential buildings maybe just face the other direction. So we'll grab the eyedropper here. And again, these were kind of the tallest buildings I wanted to use in this city, so we can definitely place a couple in here as well. So we can kind of fit those 3 together, not too bad. Maybe even another 3 along here. And I'm just wondering if these are maybe towering a little too much. And I'm wondering if we pause, actually, what I might do instead is we might just grab the medium density instead. Let's grab this one. Let's just see how it looks. This does kind of fit that whole square. So if we place maybe one there, one there. Oh, Polaris Suites, excellent. Let's kind of see how that looks. It does sort of, again, still be a bit of an aggressive step, but yeah, I think I like that better. You know, we could definitely do maybe some row housing on this side to kind of help step it up. But yeah, I think this whole kind of block here, and then as we kind of spread out, you know, again, this collector will eventually keep going somewhere else. But yeah, we can kind of play with that there. So why don't we dive into a bit of a, sorry, hit the mic, detailing and building time lapse, and we'll get this area coming together.
Baby, you should've let me know. Oh, why did you fold? Why did you fold? You had me holding, won't you let me go? Baby, you should've let me know. Oh, why did you fold? Why did you fold? You had me holding, won't you let me go? Baby, you should've let me know. Oh, why did you fold? Why did you fold? You had me holding, won't you let me go? Baby, you should've let me know. Oh, why did you fold?
Alright, so I'd say I'm really happy with how this area is coming together off camera. I did sort of adjust a few colors on these buildings just to kind of bring them up a little bit and make them look a little nicer. But yeah, overall, I think what I've mostly done was on camera. I did do a few off-camera things. I removed the extra bus stop in here and just decided to locate it here. And then we've got a turnaround down here as well. And then I did also add in this bus station here because I added some outside bus connections to bring people in. So we've got one kind of connected off the highway over here. And then there's actually two outside connections technically on this highway here. So I've used that as well. And yeah, then just in behind, I did start, jumpy, adding in some more medium density housing in behind here as well. So as well, I decided to take advantage of the road builder mod again. And my game is jumpy. To try and keep the footprint roughly the same, it is slightly wider. I was able to add in a dedicated bus lane, and then I've connected it using the lane connector so the buses can depart from this lane and kind of just get down into here. So they have a little bit more sort of advanced warning, or not really advanced warning, but they can kind of get sped up a little bit. You know, some of the cars are cutting them off because at the end of the day, it's City Skylines 2 drivers, so they're about as good as the people in real life. Yeah, overall, I think that's starting to come together pretty well. We will kind of finish up a little bit later, but we're actually starting to have a few garbage issues. So if you come over to the landfill, it's full. We've run out of processing capacity. I think the small coal power plant, maybe during testing, was starting to get some garbage add up. So off camera, we did advance to the next milestone, number 7, busy town. So now we've got a loan limit increase and the gated community policy. So not a whole lot there, but it did give us a influx of cash, which is great. So what we're actually going to do is take advantage of this industrial space here. And we're going to, unfortunately, probably lose one building, but considering this one looks pretty small, I think what we'll do is we'll probably hook in there. So we're going to grab the alley road, and we're just going to go right through this building, sorry. And we'll bring this road right down along here, and then I think we'll just sort of frame it in again around the highway running down the side there. And yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to use a little bit of anarchy tricks to kind of help this garbage plant out. So what we can do is we do have the hazardous waste collection point, which will bring up our processing speed. So again, these normally have to attach to the building, but you can see we don't have any space. However, if we go into anarchy, we can actually just place them wherever we want now. So I think we'll place one here, and I think we can even fit in a second one. And so that'll bring up our processing speed and at least allow us to hopefully start processing some of this garbage and get the facility cleaned out. So I think as well, we don't really need that one. Garbage truck depot, we don't need more trucks. We just need this basically to sort of work on some of its processing. I think if we maybe grab one more as well, we'll just see if there's any other spots that we can maybe temporarily place one, kind of maybe even just down here. We might have to take out some of this industry here, but yeah, maybe we'll evaluate where else. That's mostly parking there. Yeah, there isn't really anywhere else to fit this. We could just anarchy rate it as well, but again, I don't really want to do that. So we could actually just place one down even here by the coal power plant. So why don't we do that? We can actually just kind of squeeze that in behind there. We'll turn that around and we'll place that there as well. And then we'll just grab a road connection so that this is connected up to the road as well. And just run that in front of the building. And we can sort of bring it right into this connection over here. And that should at least hopefully get some processing going and free up some space in our plant. And let's just see what's bringing down our efficiency. So mail handling is something, yeah, they've been crying out for mail service. So that's the next thing we're going to dive into. I think for our first post facility, we can't actually afford the full-on post office, but we can at least afford some of the small post office. And I think that'll be a good start. Seems how, again, we're kind of building slow to try and manage the budget. So we do have space down here by this clinic. I don't want to place it right in this area because I want to leave room for some extensions, but we'll place one back here. And then we'll kind of just look in different parts of the city, see how far that kind of fits. We could even just add in a few mailboxes because we don't really have the money for a lot of post facilities. So we'll kind of even just squeeze in a couple in the industrial area, and as well as some of our residential spots. We do have a lot of cell towers, so they're at least getting internet, but yeah, not happy with the amount of post service that are getting. So I think we scatter a few of those around. Hopefully that should help a little bit as the companies are able to drop off their mail. I did add in another waste processing facility here. I think at some point what we may have to do is consider building a new landfill in a different part of the city, but we might save that for a future episode. So next, as you can see, we are starting to get a lot of traffic choke points. And one of the reasons why I wanted to kind of buy all these extra tiles here is I want to start expanding the highway a little bit more. So we're going to grab our highway roads here, and we'll grab our 2-lane one-way highway. And I think we had this at about a, we'll put the parallel mode on, and it should be at a 2 offset if I remember correctly. Yeah, so what we'll do is we'll start expanding the highway. Now I want to kind of run it almost along here, like so, and then come back to fix that in a bit because we have used some lane connectors there. And eventually what I wanted to do is sort of go kind of around this way And so what we might even do is look at adding in just sort of like a basic road connection again until we're ready to further expand the highway. So we can grab our 2-lane highway again. We'll turn off our parallel mode. We'll kind of do the similar thing we did before as well. Right now we'll just kind of run this highway road along this here until we're ready to further expand, and then we can kind of look at some of the points where this might be the best place to come in to connect. And I'm thinking if we bring it kind of further down this way, this will actually even help us with some of our bus connections. So let's take it maybe just from this road from now, and we'll see kind of how this plays out. And hopefully it doesn't create too much mayhem, but I think it should at least give us an option to try and get some of this traffic to clear out different ways so that we're not bottling up all our highways kind of stuff. So we'll put that connection in there, and then we'll come back over here because we currently don't have an option for people to go straight on. So what we can do again is make a small little upgrade to another lane here, and I think we're going to unfortunately lose that commercial business, but they'll grow back. So we'll have those in there, and then I think what we'll also have maybe is just a set of traffic lights, and then looking at our traffic lane connectors, we would like this one to go, this can go straight on and left, that can go straight on and right, and that can go straight right. I think that'll work for now, and we'll just kind of see how that one plays out. And yeah, I think even what we might do is also just give this an asymmetric upgrade, but we'll put it this way, and that way vehicles coming down this highway can kind of turn in and go, if that makes sense. I think that should work. And yeah, we'll kind of let that play out, and that should at least give us a few more options for getting people in and out of the city. Well, I think all that's left to do now is just keep expanding and growing our city and seeing if we can bring in some more money and really get this area to thrive. Alright, so I have to say I'm really pleased with how this area has come together. I'm really enjoying the different colors. There was a lot of traffic. It's kind of now cleared up there, which is great, and I still have a few buildings left to zone in, but I did plop a few back here, and then we'll kind of just wait for everything to grow in. We're kind of getting to the point where you may need to sort of slow down the expansion. If we come into our info views here, we can see that garbage is it's kind of getting out of hand, as well as education. You know, and we're a little low on money. So, and they're also still a little bit upset about the mail delivery. So we're gonna need to probably pause our expansion here, and next episode really focus in on getting maybe some services in. We may have to run the city off camera for a little bit just to get a little bit of money in, just so that we yeah, can keep expanding. We have the option for loans. But yeah, we could even look maybe at the central bank, depending on what that costs. But yeah, we need a lot of development points for that, so that might be a bit difficult to get. And I'm just thinking about the cost to unlock this as well. It might be rather expensive depending on where that is. Yeah, $2.4 million, so we're gonna be getting towards that anytime soon here, I don't think. Yeah, you know, the city is, you know, really growing well overall. I think we are making a lot of money. Our schools, yeah, we can maybe put a couple extension wings out there as well to maybe try and buy us a little bit of time without having to buy a big expensive school. Yeah, our healthcare is good. I think our police coverage is also good, which at least is going well for us. And fire coverage, yeah, I did put some services down in this area here, some police, fire, and a medical clinic. So overall, I'd say that's at least going well in our favor, and yeah, no worries there at least. So thank you again, everyone, for joining me for this episode of Jetzburg. If you did enjoy it, please do consider liking and subscribing, and I'm really looking forward to the next episode where we'll dive into a little bit more of the services, see if we can keep balancing our budget and explore options for still growing our city and making sure that our citizens have the items that they need. So take care, everyone. Bye bye.